Hi everyone. Ooh. Hello. Let's see who's joining me here today. How are you doing today? My name is Olabode, and I'm so excited to be here. Let's see who's gonna join me. So if you're joining, you might be joining on Instagram, Facebook group, or on YouTube. I can see somebody joining me on IG. As always, I always start with a dance. So if you are there, please let me see you dancing. Dancing. This is Joy Overflow by Joe Praise. Ooh. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Let's see who's joining me. Our topic today says 7 ways to enjoy our lives as women. This is one of the ways I enjoy my life as a woman. Thank you. You can invite someone else to join as well. Who's joining me? Let me see. I want to see your comments. Let's know where you're joining from as we enjoy this song. I have an awesome guest in the house today. I'm going to bring her on shortly. Are we ready? This is how we enjoy our lives as women. Is anybody dancing with me? Hello, Pastor. Allah, you're welcome. Pastor ADK, you're welcome. Do you feel my dancing? Let me see you dancing as well. Our topic today says 7 ways to enjoy our lives as women. This is my number 1 way. Declutter. Overflow. Okay, I guess I'm going to bring my guest. Let me invite my guest. Yes, my guest is in the house. Let me see whether she'll dance with me. Oh, can you send me a request, ma? Send me a request to Let me see. She sent me a request that I can add her. I'm excited for this conversation today. I know I say you feel all right. I agree with you. I feel so excited. Yes, Joy Overflow. Okay. Let me see if I can bring my guest in. Are you ready? Yes, can you see her dancing? You're welcome, ma. Mommy Tope Mama, you're welcome. Thank you, everyone. Join in our dance. Yep. Oh, okay. Let me pause our music. Thank you so much, ma, for being here. Thank you. Thank you, everyone that is joining. Please invite somebody to join us. Invite somebody. Let's know if you can hear us loud and clear. And invite someone to join this conversation. Good evening, ma. We see you. Good evening. Let's know who's joining, where you're joining from. Let's know where you're joining from. Let's see. Okay. You are welcome, ma. So excited to have you here. I'm so excited. So let me introduce my guest to you viewers. Let's introduce our guest. So I have a phenomenal woman in the house, Dr. Adesayo Adelowo. She's my friend, my sister. And I'm gonna get her to introduce herself informally. So we're not gonna do bios here. We're just gonna do informal introduction.
Good morning, Pastor Beniola Bode.
Good morning, ma.
Excited to be in the house. As you have introduced me, I'm Dr. Adesayo. I live in Auckland, New Zealand, and I'm popularly known as the fragrance of influence.
Awesome.
By the grace of God, I'm married. We are blessed with 3 children and 2 grandchildren. Thank you for having me this morning. We're still in the mood of
Oh. Okay, I don't. Good morning from Grace Assembly, Toranga. Thank you. So I don't know what happened here, but let's get her back up. Let's get her back. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna invite you back in, ma. I don't know what happened, but I can see that you are out. So keep putting in where you're joining us from. Let me try and bring her back in here. Okay. Technology is our friend. I always tell people, I said, even when maybe somebody. So please, ma, can you send me a request on Instagram? Send me a request so I can add you again. I don't know what's going on, but it went off. I don't see you. You just went out. So if you can send me a request, ma. If you can send me a request, that would be awesome. Yes. So keep putting in where you're joining us from. Keep putting in. I'm bringing Dr. Adesayo back in. Keep putting in where you're joining us from. So keep putting in. Let's know where you're joining from. Good evening from Wales, UK. You're welcome. Keep putting in where you're joining us from. Okay. Our guest is coming back in. So just stay tuned. Don't disappear. Rather, invite somebody to join us. Invite someone to join us. Yes, we have. Okay, we have somebody joining us. Mrs. Dinka Kwala from Oregon, US. You're welcome, ma. Thank you, everyone joining us. So we have people from different parts of the world. Our guest is come. Okay, for those on Facebook, we're still good with our guest, but on IG, something. Okay, now I can see your request, ma. So Facebook, just stay tuned. Okay, hi, Church on the Street, joining us. Yes, you're back, ma. You are back. Okay.
Yeah, it's good to
be back. Thank you so much, ma. Okay. So let's go, ma. We would love to know. Okay, we love to know a little bit about you.
I've introduced myself. I'm Dr. Adesayo Adelowo, popularly known as the Fragrance of Influence. That is the ministry that God has committed to my hands to help women know who they are, so they can embrace, the call of God upon their life and be the best version of who God has created them to be. By the grace of God, I'm married to Pastor David Adelowo. We're blessed with 3 grown-up children, 20, 28, 25, and 20 going to 21. And we're blessed with 2 wonderful grandchildren. We have many spiritual children because we also pastor a church there, where my husband is the pastor in charge of RCCG, New Zealand. So it's great to be in the house today. We're going to be talking about how we can take pleasure, how we can enjoy ourselves. Thank you for having me, Pastor Mimi Olabode.
Thank you, ma. I'm so excited to have you. She's my covenant sister. She's my friend. She's been such a blessing in my life. And as we're talking about, this is International Women's Month. I'm not even call it. We had a day last week, but I think for women, we kind of just celebrate ourselves. And last week I was sharing on IG. I said because also this month, I think in most of Europe they celebrate also Mother's Day. So there's a lot of celebration for women. So my thing was that, okay, why are we going to celebrate? It's like a month we're going to be celebrating women throughout. For us in Canada, we don't celebrate it until May. But we start from March and we continue. So our topic today was 7 ways to enjoy our lives as women. And I remember my post this morning, I was saying that women will do so much, but often we forget to enjoy our lives. We forget to take care of us. And so that's why one of the things that brought up on the Intentional Women of Purpose, every month from January we've been having growth webinars. We've been having webinars that will help us to grow in different areas of life. Because I was thinking of what are we going to do in the month of March? This just came as what women, it's almost like women pause and remember you, remember yourself, celebrate yourself, enjoy your life as a woman, become who God has called you. So today we're going to 7 ways to enjoy your life as a woman. Please take us on this journey.
Thank you so much for having me here. I could see my friend on the line. That's Vicky from the US. Thank you for joining in this morning. Like you rightly stated, most of the time as women, we give so much. We prioritize everybody. We prioritize our spouses, our children. Now for people like me, you start thinking about grandchildren. But it is very difficult, or we make it impossible for ourselves, to prioritize ourselves. And when we are serving other people, like when we are cooking, we're cleaning, and people say thank you, what do we say? We say it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. It's your pleasure to serve other people. But it's never your pleasure to prioritize yourself, to take pleasure in yourself. It is sad that even when we choose to take pleasure in ourselves, to enjoy, maybe a moment, or we say, well, I'm going to get this bottle of wine and I'm going to, enjoy it by myself, you kind of feel guilty. You feel shame, that you're doing it. You think it's not right. You start judging yourself. People can even start judging you. Take for example, when my kids were growing up, I knew that I was doing so much for them, but I needed to reward myself from time to time. So I was doing that. But one of my kids will say, oh, but you have to, where your priority. I said you're a priority, but at the same time, I need to look after myself. So as women, this is the time for us to remember that if you do not take pleasure in yourself, nobody's going to do it for you. If you do not say I am, nobody's going to say, thou art. You need to be intentional. My friend, Pastor Gwen is an intentional woman. She's taught us so much about being intentional. You need to be intentional from this year, 2022, to take pleasure, to enjoy life. Yeah, that's why we're here today.
Thank you so much, ma. Wow, so exciting. So these 7 ways that we want to talk about. What would number one be for 7? I'm looking at the 7 ways. What would be number one for enjoying our life? And I think that would be like the most important one.
Yes. The first thing that the first step that we need to take to enjoy our life is to actually know who we are. Take for example, I always, I have this exercise that I encourage women to engage with. When you wake up in the morning and you are all dressed up, you're going out, the first thing you want to look into the mirror. So my question is, when you look into the mirror, who do you see? And whatever you see, do you like it? Because if we look at God who made you, who created you, he created you as a masterpiece. He created you as a masterpiece. And when you look at an artist, They can't bring forth what is not in their core. So you are the core, of God. And when He made you, an artist will never make something, ugly. Take, for example, in my house, I would, well, maybe another one, maybe of course are really academia. The other ones, they are artistic, they are into design. So take, for example, my daughter, who is an architect, when she used to get into her drawing, and she will come home and say, "Oh, mom, look at what I drew today." Me, because I'm not a designer, I'm not a graphic artist. I would turn it upside down, just to show her that I was appreciating what I didn't
What
understand
she
it.
did.
I didn't say what she drew. Then one day she looked at me, she said, "Mom, you turned it upside down." I turned it upside down because I'm not an artist. Yeah. And if you are giving me that pencil or something to draw maybe a building or a landscape or something, it cannot come from within me because I am not an artistic person in that way. Yeah. So building can't come, from my core. So, but when God made you, because you are, the first, attribute, an expression of his first attribute is creativity. When He made you, you were needed as a woman. When He made us today, He said, "This is good, this is good." But when He made Adam, He said, "It is not good." So you were needed. So when He made you, you are really good. He took pleasure in you. That is the point that I want to make. God took pleasure in you. So if God took pleasure in you, how can you not take pleasure in yourself? So sometimes when we look into the mirror, "Oh, I'm not that beautiful." I was on a video call with one of my girls one day, and well, this is packaging. This is not my real, it's my hair is cut, and I'm growing gray. I'm growing gray because I'm sure you'll be thinking, this story. So she looked at me and she said, "Mom, you're growing gray, you know, kind of feeling pity, for me." And I said, "Well, yeah, I'm growing gray. And I'm really proud of, growing gray. It means wisdom. It means I've got a lot of experiences. It means I've enjoyed my life. I take challenges because I'm growing gray, But when you look into the mirror, what do you say? Do you always want to correct something? And so if you want to always want to fix yourself, then you cannot enjoy life because you don't even know who you are. You don't even take pleasure in whom God has created you to be. So that is the first thing. Who are you? We talk about identity. We talk about self-awareness. But as we're talking now, have a look. Take a look into the mirror. What do you see?
What do you
Do you
say?
like?
Yeah,
Do you
very
like
important.
whatever? When we're going out, I've packaged, what anything I wanted to wear, maybe for Sunday service. I've thought about it through the week. The pair of glasses that I'm going to wear, my wig, everything. And it's just a courtesy. When I asked my husband, "Dear, how do I look?" I knew how I look. I knew. I wasn't waiting for his approval
You
or
were
his
ready. You already
validation.
knew what you wanted to wear.
I knew it. I'm a fine girl. I'm a fine girl, no pimples. So
Yes. Sir.
whatever I say is an addition, because I know who I am. I am grounded in who I am. I take pleasure. I look at my face. I say, "Oh, this Adesayo, you are too fine. You are a very fine babe. And that gives me courage. It gives me, self-esteem to do whatever I want to do. It is very hard for you to put me down because I take pleasure in who I am."
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Thank you. Thank you for that. So like I said, the first thing is who is in the mirror. So you really need to actually check, who is in the mirror. What are you beholding? The next thing is you need to date yourself. By the grace of God,
I always love that one.
you need to date yourself. You know, when I started coaching with our Reverend Funke, Adesina, that was the first assignment she gave me. She said, "Woman of God, I see you are passionate about women families, but do you take time out?" And like I said, it was like an abnormality for me to take time to date myself. I felt guilt. What is this woman of God talking about? Don't you know that I'm a pastor's wife? My husband is a minister. Person. I look after other churches, I support other female ministers, I'm responsible to this. She said, I understand. The first thing I want you to do is you need to take out maybe 30 minutes every day, go to a corner, and just do something. She said, start writing the book of me. Right from I think I was 52 then, or I was going to be 52. Right from that first year. And I tell you, when I started doing that, it was very difficult for me. By the grace of God, I've been married, for 30 years. We've had that relationship that we're always together, we believe that we should do, things together. But I need to let you know that you are even an individual before you got married.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
And
Yeah.
so you cannot lose your identity. So when you date yourself, you will be able to assess yourself. Dating yourself allows you to know your strengths. It allows you to know your weaknesses. It allows you to set a kind of goals for yourself. It allows you to self-evaluate. It allows you to even do things for yourself. Most of us, we like to be with other women. We like other women. I love to be with women, but I can also be by myself.
Yeah.
I'm confident, I can be in this house by myself for months.
I love it. Somebody said, "Beautiful babe, I look so good." She's telling herself.
Yes, no.
We need
Because
to.
I can really be here, you know, and be happy, with myself. It's not like I do not appreciate this friendship. I do, but I know that if I do not fall into myself, if I do not date myself, if I do not validate myself, if I do not take pleasure in myself, I can't be
Yeah.
of any
You
use to
can't be
you.
of any use to anybody else. You
I
cannot.
can't. Take for example, Pastor Baby, has been my friend, and although we have not even met, we have not met
Physically.
physically. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah. But if I had to come to her, every minute, our friendship is grounded in, because we're conscious of our individuality and our spaces. If she doesn't send a message to me in a week, I'm okay. Even then, when she sends messages to me, sometimes I am too tired, to respond. She does
Respond.
not get angry with me. She does not get angry with me. So it means she is taking pleasure in herself by dating herself. And when we started dating when we were young, we buy roses, they buy roses for us. I remember my husband then, my fiance then, when he was coming from work, we go to Yet Camp, buy meat pie,
Yes,
buy buy all sorts, and all sorts to woo you and to actually, I don't know, if those things are still, we're facing reality now. Is that not so? But as a woman of God, continuously you need to set aside quality time for
Yeah,
you,
for you. You have to.
to date yourself, to know who you are, to keep yourself grounded. Like I said, if you do not keep yourself grounded, if you do not, take pleasure in yourself, if you do not self-develop, nobody wants to have anything. You can't have impact in your word. And I pray that we will all listen to this and we will enjoy it. I'm just going to read something. The British Journal of Psychology, scientists found that highly intelligent people became less satisfied the more time they spent with friends.
Yeah.
It's a research. I'm a researcher. So that is what it says. So in other words, spending some quality time with yourself is good for your overall well-being. and result in greater life satisfaction. That's what we are talking about.
Yeah.
Date yourself, spend time with yourself so that you can have life satisfaction. When you are doing something solo, you can go at your own pace.
Yeah.
Take for example, if you want to take a walk, sometimes when I'm taking a walk with my husband, because he's stronger and he's faster, he's really going and I'm dragging behind, but because we have made up our mind, oh, we're going to do 5 kilometers today, we're still going to get to our goal. But because I'm not the only one doing it by myself, I have to consider, the space that he was going. So self-awareness involves being aware of different aspects of the self. You will get to know your traits. You will know your behaviors. You will understand your feelings. Essentially, the psychological state in which oneself becomes the focus of attention. We are women of African descent. We have been conditioned. We have been conditioned that you cannot be, the focus. But if you are not well, you keep giving to other people. You do not take pleasure in yourself. You are not the focus. How can you continue to be the best version that God has created you?
Yeah, so actually, man, like women, actually, like when our children are young, that's a good example. Whereby we are just giving and giving and giving. And some people go to that place of almost being depressed because they are just like, I'm done. I need a break.
Yes.
God help us.
And most of the time, especially when you are raising, thank God for people like us. I said that by the grace of God, we have 3, grown up, children. So they don't really need that. I mean, it's only one of them that's at home, and it's a young man. So, young men, they are not really, even if he's emotionally attached, he still wants to prove that it's a boy. He's doing his own thing, which is good for me, as well. But what we're saying is, for you to be the fragrance of influence, for you to have the necessary, impact that God has desired you to have, you need to be intentional, to be the focus of you. You need to focus on yourself, because once you focus on yourself, you see that you are beautiful. You see that you are strong. You see that you are capable. You see that you are wealthy. You can. I was with one woman. I love going to her. She says, I can make money. She said, I was just, she didn't see me for a while. She said, oh, I didn't see you for a while. Were you writing? I thought you were writing another book. I said, yes, I was. And so, but she was telling me, from her old core, and she can make money. She's not kidding about it. But if she's not focusing on herself, if she does not take pleasure in herself, how will she be able? She said, when I said I'm thinking about one project or the other, and it's even my daughter that is calming me down. So my question is, who are you? Do you take pleasure in yourself? Do you take time to date yourself so that you can gain, life satisfaction?
So important.
So the other point that we're going to look into is treat yourself.
Can we amplify that one? Treat yourself. Take yourself to the spa. Somebody is saying, but I'm single. Nobody. Why don't you just take yourself to the restaurant? Take yourself.
Wow. Well, I haven't really mentioned here that you go with your spouse. It's only one. It's only one point when you get there. It's you. The research that I read out now, it said most intelligent women discover that when they spend too much time with their friends, they get bored. They're not happy. So it means that it's okay for you to be by yourself.
Yeah.
And well, that's a very big topic that I've got a very good book. I can't even remember, it now, that you can still be single and enjoy yourself.
And enjoy yourself.
Because you are not, it's a process, it's a journey. It's a kind of transition. So you are not just muted, you are not just standing there waiting for Boaz, or whatever. And I pray that as you have joined us on today's chat, if it's your desire to be married very soon, there shall be wedding bells in the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen.
So we say we get cut off We get caught up in so many things. So make it a point to treat yourself to something you have always wanted.
Women,
Treat
listen.
yourself. A friend of mine, I'm not going to mention her name, but she's here, this life. She said she wanted to buy a flat shoe. She desired it. But when she got to the shop, she was picking things for her daughter. Then the daughter said, Mom, buy this. You needed it. She was like, no, no, no. She knows herself. She knows herself. She said eventually the beautiful girl kind of compared her, to buy that flash shoe. And she later discovered that it wasn't even more than $7. So what is it that you wanted? Sometimes I'm not even saying need. I'm not saying your need.
But
Need
even
want
once.
what you desire. God even says that I'm going to satisfy your desire, the desires of your heart. We are reading so many books about desire. When you desire something, it comes to you, So what is it that you desire? What is it that is a treat? I'll tell you my secret. I'm not someone who eats carbs, a lot. But sometimes I go to the mall. There's a woman that bakes a very beautiful pie. And I just go there once in a while, I sit down, I buy, just one, and I buy, Diet Coke, and I sit down and I enjoy it.
Just enjoy
I
yourself.
I can't make it. There's another piece of cake. It's not really big. I don't even know what. Maybe it's cheesecake, very very tiny like this. I desire it. I'm not I'm not good at baking. So what I do is when I go out, I just get a little bit piece. I don't do it often, but I desire it. So I sit and I eat it. So what is it? Like I said, is it a snack? Is it you want to take to work? What is it? You know, treat yourself to that thing. When we have visitors, we treat them, we bring out best dishes, we we go out, get fresh fish for them, Nigerian family, you cook fried rice, you love rice and you do things like that for the people.
But for yourself.
But for
Yeah.
yourself, when was the last time you had a good meal? When was the last time you went into a restaurant and said, I love your too, and my husband doesn't really like eating out. So sometimes I go there to eat by myself.
There's no crime against you. At least you go there, you enjoy yourself, and you come out.
By myself.
Yeah.
I work very hard.
Yeah.
So I cannot come and kill myself. I enjoy myself. I treat myself. So is it good food? Is it very, lovely wine? Is it a trip by yourself? Not with your friends, not with your family. Is it a trip, by yourself? Do you want to walk in the bush? You know, if you have that luxury, you have that opportunity, depending on where you live, make sure that you are intentional about treating yourself.
I'm sorry to cut him out. I believe also this is also another way that sometimes people are talking about when we talk about mental wellness. These things you are mentioning are things that help us to also get into that state of having having a mental wellness for women, because a lot of women, for a lot of us, is we just need to declutter what is in our mind. We just need to declutter. So sometimes even just pulling away from everything and begin to do those little things that seem unimportant. Sometimes even just doing those little things, you begin to have this state of, okay, I am important as well. You begin to see yourself from a new light. It just dropped in my heart as we were just speaking. Because things like treating ourselves, some people do it. How often do we do it?
How often?
My son has been asking me now to go to the spa for how long? I've been saying I will go. Have I gone? But I'm sure if it was somebody that needed money for something else, I would have done it. So I wanted to just re-emphasize that point. Treat yourself. We need to be intentional about treating ourselves, about giving It really don't really do because a lot of people say, okay, I'm going through this. So we just pull away and say, how can I keep myself? Even to the little things. Even just 5 minutes in the bathroom by yourself, lock the door and just say, this is mommy time. For those of you that have like toddlers, this is my time. Nobody in here. I don't want anybody. It just dropped in my heart.
Yes. So we have to be. We need to plan it. We need to be intentional. Like I said initially, and sometimes even our family members may want to make us feel guilty, to condemn or to judge ourselves. But never mind. It is still about your life. It is still about your life, and you need to design it, the way that you purpose, not the way your husband purpose. People can design your life for you. Our husband may want to design. Our children, may want to design our lives. Take, for example, even our little grandchildren, when they come, it's always about the park. Can you please take us to the park? I don't want to go to the park. I don't want to. I don't want to. You cannot design, a park is not my thing. I don't want to. Their grandpa will take them. It's okay. He enjoys that. That's a trait. So what we're saying is, treat yourself with a peace that is as unique as you are. Take, for example, the woman of God, that we follow is our mentor said she did not start buying gold jewelry until she turned 50 and her children, had actually completed, their tertiary, education. A friend of mine told me the story. She lives in the US as well, Pastor Adesayo. She said there's a beautiful girl the young lady in our church. She was always working. She works very hard. That year, the husband decided to buy a gold jewelry of $1,000 for her. She said, but my Oremi, that's what she calls me. Do you know that this girl did not accept this gift? She said it was too expensive. It's too much. And do you know what she said? She said she returned it. She returned it. She said, but this man will buy quality things for himself, treat himself. I said, well, it's your choice. I bought it for you. If you don't want it, that's you can return it. So what is that thing that is unique, that you desire? That you desire? Is it, do you want to? We get to a state that, initially, for me, it was like, oh, if I whatever I needed, I'll get it. Now I take my time. I just don't go for things because they're on sale or because somebody got it. It's what I really want. What pleases me, what satisfies me, that I go for now. Is what satisfies me that I go for now. I look at myself, well, if I think this week is what I need now, and it's going to give me pleasure. Okay? I may have to save up for it, but I'm still going to get it. Just like Pastor Olabode says, you have this money, you can't even take yourself, into a decent restaurant and have a good meal. But if somebody needed something in Africa,
we will find the money.
What remains?
We will find the money.
You are doing wise things. You are checking. Hey, what is the currency? Something in Nigeria now. The dollar is 570 now. Let me use the best, whatever. But you can't.
But what about you? Taking care of you.
You
are the one working hard.
You are the one working hard. Have you decided that I'm going to put this amount aside and I'm going to waste it on me? I am going to waste it on me. Like I said, for somebody like me, I don't have any toddlers. I don't have any child in kindy. I don't have any. No. I don't.
Somebody said yes, so they can identify with that sending money back home before you even think of spending it on yourself.
Yes. So please be intentional. about treating yourself to something that is as unique. We are not saying become, a harder, or make other people rich. But if this is your taste, if it's your lipstick, be very careful about it. Your makeup, be very careful about it. What products suit you? Yeah, I'm not going to say because Mark or is expensive, then I'm just going to go for another brand to save up money. No, I'm not. I don't. I maybe years ago, I was doing it, but I'm not going to do it anymore. So what gives you pleasure? What do you think that fixing your nails, once in a while? COVID happened. I can't even remember the last time, I went because I don't want to, when was the last time really that you are, very intentional? Or are you always waiting for the permission? Nobody is going to give you that permission. Nobody is going to give you that validation. So pursue, daydream. I have one of our children is very good at daydreaming. I said, God. And that's called visualization.
Yeah.
It's what, do you daydream? Because whatever you dream about will come to you. Do you get lost in yourself? Do you visualize? What is that shining object, that you desire so much? What plans do you have, to get it, get the money and waste it on you? And when you do this, you don't need any permission to indulge. And every time you wear that precious thing, either it's a gold chain or the lovely, pendant or whatever, you will.
Somebody treated herself today. Somebody said, "Mommy, I treated myself today." Awesome.
That's good. For Betsy, that's really good. I'm happy. I'm happy that God is helping us, to change our mind. The next one we talk about is spend an hour alone in your room. Not because you want to clean, not because you want to clean, you just want to dream. You want to dress up. I do this, so sometimes, maybe when I get new clothes, from home or whatever, especially when my husband is not around, I lock the door,
then you start trying them on.
I try it on,
We have only one life to live. That's the truth. And somewhere we need to just be ourselves. You have only one life to live. Only one.
Yes. So, the girl in you, where is she?
Yeah. I always say that. It's true. Let her come alive.
Let her come alive. Let her come alive. When I look at myself by the grace of God, I'm going to be 54 this year. I don't see 54. Sincerely, I don't know. Sometimes my bones say something. Sometimes, my bones slows me. I'm like, okay, let me slow down. But in reality, mentally, psychologically, I do not see 54. So please spend an hour alone in your room, to just do silly things. Paint your face, wipe it off. Whatever you want to do, just make sure, that you have something to do. And I believe that we're married women here. I'm sure we're going to be rounding up very soon. Have sex regularly with your husband. Have sex regularly. Even my friend is looking down, because we are shy to talk about this. My friend is looking down. She did not look down when I was saying on the other ones. But now, this is a taboo now. My pastor's wife. Yes. Have sex.
Oh my tummy.
Have sex regularly with your husband. You are our intentional coach, and we have learned a lot. So even when you are going to have sex, make sure that you are intentional about it. You know that you are going to enjoy it. If I know that
in the confines of marriage, those of you that know,
that's why I said with your husband. That's why I said with your husband. For me, I start flirting with my husband. Maybe from the touch him on his head, then you're looking at him and say, "Akidolo fe, what do you?"
What do you want?
What do you want? I said, we cannot. People can't even play with you. People cannot even touch you. So it's like, I'm preparing my mind, and I'm also, kind of warming him up. I've got a right up. In ancient Roman times, to the prudish Victorian era, there actually was a name for illness that women had from not having enough sex. What is it called? Hysteria. It's called an illness. So if you're here and you are not having sex regularly and you are not intentional about it, you are committing a crime. So, but what is the honest to goodness cure for this? The honest to good cure was, and Adam knew his wife, and the two were naked and they were not ashamed. That was the cure. Be naked with your husband and don't be shy. At the stage, in our Sunday school, we were treating it, and some people were saying, oh, this is the style that you should be doing. As some of my religious girls, this is the one that I can do anyway. And you know that their husbands are dying. I called them, I said, men, they are glued to you, they cannot go out. So it cannot be the missionary style all the time. Explore other times. One look at me, in the Sunday song, mommy, I said, sit down. I said, God says,
that would be a very interesting Sunday.
I said, Adam knew his wife. How did he know it? The Bible did not say. They were naked, and he knew. If you are not vulnerable, how can your husband know you? How can you enjoy sex? Our mothers will say, you want to go and sleep, you are tying your head. I was listening to a preacher. He said, it's even the wife now, because he wasn't really into, he didn't really enjoy, having sex. So sometimes he will complain to the wife, I have a headache. The wife will say, I have 2 fences here, 6, and I've got water for it.
I like that.
I've got already. I've got, go and take a fresh bath. I've got 2 fences, for you. So you need to be intentional about that. Why is it? You need to learn to reach orgasm. You need to learn to reach. Some of us will just say, okay, you just sit down there, they do it. You are just punishing yourself. You are just...
Women, I hope we are taking notes.
It's a gift that has been given unto you. Is there. This man
Adam knew his wife.
Adam knew his wife. Allow him to know you. And also you be intentional that when this man is knowing me, I'm also enjoying it. I'm taking pleasure in it. I'm going to read a couple of things about orgasm. It says,
someone is laughing.
You better laugh. We're talking about how we can enjoy ourselves. This one is easy. Before most men, before you even say Jack Robinson, they are ready.
They're ready.
They are ready.
But
so this one, you don't need to spend money. You don't need to go, whatever. So it says an orgasm boosts the level of estrogen, which lifts our mood. Is that not joy? Is that not happiness? It says an endorphin, which are natural painkillers and are depression fighters. Don't come to me and tell me that you are depressed any day, because the first thing that I'm going to ask you is, how regular do you have sex? And are you intentional about reaching orgasm? So if you have symptoms of crabbiness, overwrought emotions, crying fits, and a high-strung nervous constitution, follow doctor's order. Have an orgasm. Amen.
Amen.
My friend, you are not talking. You are not. I said you are too tired.
I said amen. People are laughing on my behalf.
So take for example, how regular you are allowed to have your Panadol, maybe like be like 2 hours or 3 hours. So if the first one is not working, then
Somebody said
repeat.
amen. No.
Repeat.
She said amen. Yeah, Pastor Wumi said amen, ma.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
You
for
know, it's
joining
so
us.
that we can come to the place like this and really, because we're laughing, you know, we're just too serious about life. We're
Yes,
too
ma. Yes,
responsible.
ma. Yes,
You
ma.
know,
It's true.
we are just too responsible. Sometimes, you know, I just get lazy in the house. You know, sometimes I do the cooking and everything, but sometimes I just say, what we have in the house that we're
That
going
we're
to
gonna
eat.
eat, yeah.
And my husband will say, yeah, okay, I'll say, what do you want? He knows when I say, what do you want? He knows that I am not ready to spend. Well, if it's we had made that we are packed yesterday, let's bring it out and eat it with agege bread or something, or, you know, with yam. And I pray that God will help us to know that it is not easy to enjoy sex, and we will learn to be intentional about it in the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen. Amen.
The
Amen.
last one is you need to keep a gratitude journal. What are you grateful for?
Grateful
Gratitude
for.
is derived from the Latin word gratia, which means grace, gracious, or gratefulness. Some of us are not grateful. When people bless you, it is too small. When they greet you, they do not greet you very well. When they, when are you going to learn, you know, to be grateful? We always share, you know, with Sister Labody, you know, our mom, you
Yeah.
know, Pastor
Reverend Funke.
the little that you give to that woman, she will. I've never seen.
Say thank you. I say thank you. I say thank you.
Thank you. You know, one day I said something very little. I hid my face because what I said, I won't even pick it up because you know, how many women like me, you know, wow. Before I woke up in the morning, she had already called me. She had already left a message, thanking me, praying for me. I felt embarrassed. I said, that little, that little. One of my girls here told me the same thing. He said, even when she wanted to bless her, she was telling her husband that this is too small, this is too little. Just send it like that. Now she needs a gift. So can people say that she's not here today, but 2, 3 people can testify to that? Can people say that about you, that you are grateful? Can God even
Grateful.
say that, you know, about you? So gratitude is a thankful appreciation for what an individual receives, whether tangible or intangible.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you thank God, you know, for tangible things. What about the intangible? Recently, I spent a lot of weeks in the hospital, not because of myself, and even oxygen. You know, the person that I
That we
went
take
to care
for
for,
granted.
they wanted to move him from one to the other. They needed to find a cylinder that had an oxygen. I began to look at it. I said, God, this thing that I breathe in, that I breathe out, just like that. I don't need any support. I don't need any life support. And another thing, when I was in that hospital, it was, you know, kind of primary healthcare, you know, whatever. You know, you will see this institution. They are caring for people who had lupus. You will see this institution. It is for kidney and liver. You will look into that one. It is for bone marrow. I said, God, and me, who maintain all this every
And
day.
I will not be grateful.
And I never
Yeah.
thought about it. The fact that I had here, you know, I did not thank you. The fact that I do not need to pay for oxygen,
Hallelujah.
skin grafting, I don't have cancer. You know, look at this, my I don't even know. Sometimes I call it eyebrow or eyeshadow. It's my boy that corrects me. It is well lined. You know, my lips, you know, are well lined. And when I came back from that inspection, it was very, it shocked me. You know, I look at my nails because some people are looking after, you know, bones. Some inspection, you know, are looking after, you know, the nails, your skin, your, you know. What will you? What has it not done for you? It takes pleasure in you. You take pleasure.
Hallelujah.
We
Hallelujah.
have our anthem for the year, Psalm 100, translation.
Version.
What is the password for this year?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enter with the password. Thank you.
Enter with the password. When people give you a cup of water, say thank you.
Thank you.
When they look at my friend now inviting me to come and speak on our platform. I say thank you to you because there's so many other women that you could have invited. Look, I mean, there's so many people who have joined us today. We have lovely, lovely people here. We say thank you to you. We are grateful. You could be on another platform. You could be sleeping. And so, why do we need that? I'm a psychologist, so I do a lot of positive psychology. So, with gratitude, people acknowledge goodness in their lives. In the process, people usually recognize that the source of that goodness lies at least partially outside themselves. As a result, being grateful also helps people connect to something larger than themselves.
Yeah. Look at even people that are not Christians normally that practice even giving thanks. There are so many because it helps you to just see that beyond even what you're doing by yourself.
So, I'm going to round up with this. In positive psychology research, gratitude is strongly and consistently associated with greater happiness. If you are grateful, you will be happy. You will not be grumpy. You will not. If you are ungrateful, you can't be happy if you are ungrateful. If you are envious, if you are jealous, you cannot be grateful. Whatever God has done for you, even your husband, I am grateful that my husband married me. I am grateful that he has given me the wing, even to soar. I am grateful that he's not clamping, on me. I am grateful that I have beautiful children. I am grateful, you are in a system. So much to be grateful for. I am grateful because I'm a woman. I am grateful because I'm a very beautiful woman. I am grateful because I'm a highly intelligent woman. I am grateful for my dark skin, that I'm an African woman. I am grateful that I'm a Yoruba woman. I take pride in my tribe. I have so many things, to be grateful for. Gratitude helps people feel more positive emotions, relieve good experiences, improve their health, deal with adversity, and build strong relationships.
Let's be grateful.
Let's all be grateful. That's all I have to say. Thank you, friend.
Thank you, people are joining. We have comments on Facebook, the Facebook page as well. Thank you, everyone that is joining there as well. Thank you so much, people on Instagram. We have, if you want to watch on YouTube as well. But I want to say thank you, man. Those tips are so they're big. So if you missed the beginning of it, I want to encourage you to go back and watch the replay. First one is know who you are. So know who is in the mirror. We talked about dating ourselves. That one was so powerful. Talk about dating ourselves. Dating ourselves allows us to set goals for ourselves, know about ourselves. So powerful. We talked about treating ourselves. I think that's one is my favorite. We talked about treating ourselves. We talked about spending an hour alone in the room with ourselves. Just enjoy. You just do whatever you want to do without anybody else in there. We talked about having sex regularly with your husband. So start that one. Married women, start that one. We talked about we need giving gratitude. So giving thanks, being grateful. Wow. And enjoying our lives as women. Thank you so much. This has been powerful. I really enjoyed it. Even I'm going to go back and take some more notes. I really enjoyed it. So people, help me say thank you to Dr. Adesayo Adelowo. Let me say thank you, and then we'll get how we can connect with him. So people, let me say thank you in the comments. Let me see your thank you. So for people want to connect with you, what's the best way to connect with you? Okay,
Um,
someone said I'll
I
go back to thank you for that. Yeah.
I'm on Instagram. Adesayo Adelowo. I'm also on Facebook. At this moment, I've got a website, but I'm recently, I'm doing a lot of work um
And we
on
have some
another.
things coming in the work. Ah,
Now we have something coming. There's going to be a launch. We're launching in the deep in April
hallelujah.
18th. I've got courses, I've got videos on how you can become the fragrance of influence. You are made, by God. You are made, to be the best. He has crowned you with glory and honor. My question is, do you see yourself as somebody
So,
who is created by a creative God? Do you see yourself as a masterpiece? Because that has a lot to do. So
mhm,
we've got courses like
my
that,
favorite.
Unravel of You, and my upcoming book, Unravel
The
the
mystery
Mystery of
of
You.
you. Hmm.
It's
We're so looking
loaded.
forward to that book, people. We are looking forward to it.
It's a 21 days plan for you to know your authentic self. Our culture has conditioned us. Society call us names. They put us in a box. But that box that they have put you in, you need to trash it. I trashed mine
Yeah.
when I was
I
going
had
back
to
to
trash mine. Yeah.
yeah, I'm Koforo. When I became a pastor's wife, you're African pastor's wife, you are their wives. So you have to sit down, they tell you what to do, just smile, support your husband. If you don't touch them, if you don't correct them, they didn't have any problems, I had to trash that, as well, to tell myself that I am more than a pastor's wife. I am an
Yeah.
individual, I have my identity. So those are the things that are loading, and I'm trusting that bit by bit, I'm going to be showing. I haven't really, I've not really, like I said, I had a family situation that I had to attend to, so I have not really been consistent, on Instagram or Facebook. But gradually, with the help of God and people like my friend, who is encouraging me, praying with me, um, strengthening me. I'm finding strength, to come back. And
Hallelujah.
it's a loaded year. So thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you, everyone. Once again, we just want to say thank you for people watching us on Facebook group. Thank you for people watching us on Instagram. I want to say thank you for everyone for staying, for learning. This is a growth webinar. So we are, as women, we also have to grow to get to that place that God wants us to get to. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. We will see you again. Okay, bye, everyone. I want to say bye. Bye,
Thank
those
you.
on
We're
Instagram.
grateful.
Bye, those on
We're
Facebook. We will
grateful.
see you again. Bye, everyone. Okay. Thank you, everyone.